Okay guys, that's my gold pack, if you can see it. One of the main reasons I'm putting this gold pack on YouTube is because when I was looking on building one, I got a lot of cool ideas off of YouTube from a lot of other guys who built them and put them on YouTube, and it was really really helpful when I was building this. So it's made out of a Pella case. I picked this case because it's real rugged, basically indestructible. Military uses these cases, federal government uses these cases, so I figured it was good enough for me. Let me show you the back. If you can see that, that's my AC port. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. Okay, that's how I get AC power into the radio. This is the other end of the cable. This is a real high-end watertight cable. It's made for special applications. Push this in. Tightens up real good and really seals that wire. The theory behind this is I could take this pack, submerge it in water, and no water will get inside this this cable. It's supposed to be completely watertight, real strong. So that's the cable I went with. That's how I get AC into the pack. I'll leave the cable hooked up. Let me unplug it though, and I'll show you everything else that's going on over here. Let me open the pack. Should take a look inside. What I got inside the pack is a 857D Yaesu. It's 440, 2 meters, 6 meters HF, 100 watts on HF and 6, 50 watts on 2 meters, and I think 25 or 35 watts on 440. LDG tuner, 125 watts. It will tune 6 meters and all of HF. Real good, reliable tuner. One of the main reasons I went with this radio, it's actually 3 reasons. One was the size. Most important reason, it fit in the pack. But it was the smallest radio that had all the features in it that I wanted. The most important reason why I thought this was the best radio for a gold pack is I could run this radio down to 11 volts, maybe even a little lower than 11 volts, and the radio would run fine. I don't think I go much lower than that though. Most other mobile radios, once you start to get below 12 volts, they start to act up. This radio does not, so that was another major factor in going with this radio. The other thing is, the radio has a built-in voltmeter on the display face, which made it so I didn't have to mount a DC voltmeter somewhere on the case, because I had it built into the radio. So that was a real good thing. Let me show you the inside of the pack and what I got going on inside. I think you think it's pretty cool. Get this camera off the tripod. Actually, I should have. Let me put this camera back on the tripod, because I can't open up the pack with the camera in my hands. So let me get this open up first. And normally this is screwed down. This has 12 screws that go all the ways around it. I don't have the screws in to make it easier for the video, to show you the video. So take this pack over here. I don't know if you can see this cord. Can you see it? No, let me zoom out just a little. There you go. This is a Anderson power plug. I don't know if you can see that, but that just disconnected the whole top plate from the bottom of the GoPak. I have two 20 amp DC lines coming up and one 15 amp DC line coming up. And for anybody who's thinking or may want to ask the question, I already checked. Anderson power poles are UL approved for AC. So already checked on that. Let me get the camera off so you can take a look at what's going on inside. I'll go through it quick. Get this out of my way. This is a 16. Drop that back. I'm sorry. 18. This is a 12 volt, 18 hour, 18 amp hour battery. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I got a 12 volt, 18 amp hour battery in here. This right here is a 25 amp hour switching power supply, which is kind of cool. Let me show you this. This is not a normal power supply. I got two DC inputs, and I got DC outputs. So I got a minus and negative DC in, and a minus and negative DC out. And the DC in comes from the battery into the power supply, and the DC out goes from the power supply up to the top case to the radios and tuners and everything else. Now this is a real cool power supply because not only is it a 25 amp power supply, it's also a smart battery charger. And it keeps the battery fully charged, and when the battery is fully charged, it does a float charge and keeps it up to snuff. Over here is a, pull this out. That's my 5 amp fuse for AC. This is my 25 amp, two 25 amp fuses for DC. The DC, I'm fusing the negative and the positive. On the AC, I'm only fusing the hot leg. You don't fuse neutrals on AC. So 5 amps AC and two 25 amps DC. That's just a terminal strip for my cables and stuff. The bottom plate is grounded. I think you can see that. And that's it. So that's what I got going on the inside. 18 amp hour battery, 25 amp hour switching power supply, built-in battery charger, sensor. The other real cool thing about this power supply is, I don't know if I told you, but it's a 25 amp power supply, but let's say I'm drawing 30 amps. Although I should never be doing that, but let's say I'm running two radios and I'm drawing 30 amps or 35 amps. The power supply will automatically take from the battery to make up the difference. So if I'm drawing too much on the power supply, it senses it and automatically draws from the battery to make up the difference. So that's a real nice feature. This is a real nice power supply. That's why I went with it. Alright, let me get the case back on and I'll show you what's on top. Oh, actually, let me show you this. Quick, the bottom. Got a 4-inch fan, 12 volts DC. Those are my my coax connections. If you can see that. So the bottom of my DC ports, DC outs, DC ins, or shrink tube. Another terminal strip, and the switches that I got going on over there. So that's that. Let me get the camera on. Never goes on easy when you want it to. Let's plug this pack back in. Back on. A lot of care and thought went into making this very user-friendly out in the field. If you had a blown fuse or something like that, I wanted to be able to take it apart, do what you had to do, get it fixed, put it back together quick without being down for a long time. Let me take the camera back off and show you what I got going on the top. Here's the back of the power supply, or back of the radio, I should say. The antenna tuner. Here's my grounds. I don't know if you can see that. Those are all my grounds. These are my two antenna ports. The one in the back is VHF, UHF. The one in the front is 6 meters in HF. I got 3 DC jacks. This DC jack, the first one, is DC in. That's for hooking up a solar panel to charge the battery, or you could plug a external battery into that port to give the battery in the pack more lifetime. Plug it into your car. Basically, whatever you need to do to either charge the battery or add to the battery. That's what that's for. The next port is a USB port, 2 USBs. Say 5 volt, 2.1 amps charger for USBs. And the reason for this is whenever you lose power, whenever anyone loses power, the first thought in everybody's head is, how charged is my phone? How strong is my battery? Am I going to be losing my phone? Well, the purpose of this is so you can charge cell phones, mainly. iPads or anything else, but mostly so you're not left without your cell phone. And the reason I have it on the switch is, you can see that green light going on and off, is because the charger inside here will draw on the battery. And yeah, it may take an awfully long time to drain it, but if this case is sitting someplace up on a shelf for months and months, this will drain the battery. So I have it set up so it's only on when I need it. The next port over here, right there, is zoom back some, is the DC out. That's 20 amps, 12 volts DC out for whatever you may need 12 volts DC out for. Another radio, if you want to run another radio on the side of this one, or you want to plug in a little LED lamp or something like that, you got your 12 volts. You got your 3 switches. This switch is for the 2 USBs. This switch right here turns the fan on. And this switch is for AC, which is not plugged in. Let me plug in the AC. I want to show you that. Okay. Now you see that red light? The AC is now on. I want to show you something though. I don't know if I could get both of these in together. Let me turn this radio on. Okay. Now you can see the red light, so you know the AC is on. I'm going to unplug this cord, if I can reach and keep everything else on. And you keep your eyes on that radio when that red light goes out. You won't see that radio flinch. Okay, just lost AC power, and we're now on battery, and that radio didn't even blink. Let me plug it back in. I can't do that and have you see it anyways. But anyways, that's the point. I mean, you could be talking on the radio and lose AC power, and that battery will pick right up. That power supply really does a nice job. Okay, so that's the top of the radio. Let me see if I can make a couple of quick contacts before I end this video. Give me a minute. Thing was fighting with me. Zoom in here. Actually, let me zoom out. Let me show you the antenna. This is my VHF antenna, VHF, UHF. It's 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I take this apart, none of these sections are longer than 8 inches, and it fits right inside the case. And it screws right in. It's a 2 meter 440 mobile antenna, good gain. Got about 6 dB gain or 7 dB gain on 2 meters, so it's a real good choice for the GoPak. Let me zoom in a little more so you can see it. And let's see if I can't get someone on 2 meters. Well, we're on HF, we're on 10 meters. Let me get a 10 meter antenna in here. See if I can't get someone on 10 meters. Calling CQ, November 1, Yankee, November, India, M1 YNI. I'll show you how this antenna tuner works, because it looks like I need to tune it anyways. Okay, antenna's tuned. KB1DFC and 1YNI. Gary, you around? Last try, KB1DFC and 1YNI. Anybody out? I guess there's no one on 10 meters. Let's try the local repeater where I do a lot of talking. Oh, that's another thing I like about this radio. It has all the AM and FM broadcast stations in there. I really like that. And 1YNI. Yep.
Don't charge extra for that. You get that free.
And 1YNI.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Global warming, it's great.
And 1YNI. And 1YNI.
Oh, good evening, Paul. Good evening, Mr. Allen. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, Brett. Good evening, Alan. I'm sure Ron's in there and anyone else out there in Radio Land. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, good evening. I'm making a YouTube video of the GoPak right now as we speak. So you're all going to be on YouTube. I hope you don't mind.
Well, that's where you usually put them on YouTube, so that's no problem.
Yeah, give a little plug for the local repeater too. All right, I just got through. Took me a while to put this thing on the air, but I'm in the process of making the video now. So when I'm done, I'll put it on. You guys can check it out. How's the sound? 10 watts right now with the little portable antenna.
Sounds good. Sounds very, very, very good. No problem whatsoever. Full quieting.
Good in the basement. That's what I like to hear. And Paul, I don't know what's going on. She's going to get that paperwork tomorrow. So when I get the paperwork, I'll let you know what it says. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to finish this video before the battery dies. Thanks for letting me jump in. And why and I.
Okay, Alan. I'll watch for the video. I think I got hit this afternoon.
What do you mean?
I came home, there's 3 packages on my porch from UPS. One box is open, and they're only textbooks. You know, they're law textbooks from my school. So no one wants to grab those. So I call UPS. They said the packages were delivered fine. All the packages were sealed. So I call Lincoln Police. Lincoln Police says a few minutes ago that people are following UPS trucks around, and when they're dropping off the stuff on the porch or on the stoop or whatever, they're pulling up and grabbing the stuff and taking off. So they must have seen my 3 boxes. They opened it up. They saw they were textbooks, and they didn't want them.
Yeah, that's every year though. People, that's the only problem with Amazon and Christmas shopping and stuff like that. People look for those packages that get left on the doorsteps. All right, guys, let me go before this battery dies, and I'll be back in a little while. And why and I. KB1 DFC and 1Y and I. One more time, KB1 DFC and 1Y and I. Nope, I guess nobody's on that. That's another local channel I talk on. All right. Oh, there was somebody. Yeah, who's that, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm on. Went for a football game. Chicago Bears and the Dallas Texas, Dallas Cowboys. But, get back in the track here, see what was on the radio.
Yep. Where were you, up in Mass? Okay, cool. Gary was supposed to be out here. I told Gary I'd meet him over here, but I don't know what happened to him. He was out here earlier. I'm making a YouTube video, Steve, of my GoPack. So I hope you don't mind. You're going to be on YouTube.
Gary chimed in, and I don't know. He says he'll probably chime in in a little while, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. All right, listen. Let me make it quick though. I'm worrying about the battery going dead in the camera. I'll talk to you later on. Let me finish this up. 70 trees for now, and 1Y and I. Okay, that's the GoPack. The battery made it. Let me unscrew the coaxes. the antenna. You guys got any questions on anything I did? Feel free to drop me an email. But I think it come out nice. I think it has everything that a Gopak needs to have to operate out in the field. The nice thing about this Gopak is that it will do 100 watts. It has a power supply and a battery. It has an antenna too, and it has everything you need. So that's my Gopak. I hope you enjoyed it. And any questions, feel free to drop me an email. Thanks a lot.